Hello, you guys, and welcome to this overview of March 2023. It's just an overall energy pick a pile reading for what March will have in store for you, the overall energies at play, that kind of a vibe here. So we've got our group 1 here, okay, with this very beautiful calcite, group 2, all right, group 3, and group 4 here, okay. This is like a deep green, sparkly, by the way. So whichever group you feel drawn to, if it's more than one, great. The timestamps are listed below. Go ahead and watch for that group. Please remember that if something feels negative or confusing for you in these readings, you always have the power to cancel, clear, reject. You're never obligated to take information on that you hear. And please also know that if you come across this, later in the month of March or something, that's just fine. Watch it whenever. And also you can always email us for personal reading inquiries. All of the information is below. All right. Our email is frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com. That is the only way to schedule personal readings. So watch out for that. For other people that, impersonate and things like that, make sure you're on, the right channel. So with all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and start with group 1. We'll see you there. Hello and welcome, group 1, to what does March 2023 have in store for you overall. Thank you so much for being here and being open to receiving this. Some of you could feel a lightening in your hearts, like a lightening up, it's not so heavy perhaps. Could feel like a relief of weights in the heart, in the chest somehow. Could be working on a process of cooling, calming, lightening up that area, or even just feeling less like depressed or less down, even more detached, but in like a happy way. It's almost like a healthy or a happy detachment in a lot of ways, not always having to deal with stuff. All right, so what's the overall energy in March 2023 for group 1, please and thank you. Be a little clumsy, some of you as well. Could be normal though for you. March, overall energy in March 2023. It's definitely going to change from the Pisces season to Aries season in March, okay? So, third week of March, late second, third week, fourth, you're going to start feeling the change, okay, with the energy. Yeah, you're not being perhaps as organized or logical or structured somehow, or perhaps you're distancing from that kind of an energy. You could be focusing less on the mental, more on the physical here. More on your foundations. Death energy, dealing with transitions here, all right? Dealing with things that just transition and transform, okay? Enhance on death in March for group 1, please and thank you. Death is clarified on the King of Swords here. Something that's out of balance, something that's stagnant, okay? You're going to see that transition, you're going to see that transform, especially if it's been there for a while. And I hear desire to control. Clarify the Emperor in March for group 1, please and thank you. Okay, so it kind of came out reversed and then turned itself around. Somebody, this could be you, this could be somebody else, could be trying to control a hope, a wish, a dream. All right, here, this could be of yours, this could be of you. This could be you getting into business where you actually are trying to manage people, or manage some things, manage people's visions or creativity or social media or hopes or dreams, or you're in a position where you are in an authority or a structured energy here. The Emperor would also represent like a more masculine role or energy, and also it is Aries, so could be also moving from a more dreamy energy into a more action-based, authoritative energy here. Anything else to say in March for group 1? Please and thank you. I hear long time standing, like could be trying to get into structures where there's more independence, okay, for you. Could could have been a long time goal for you to really find that. But there's areas where it's like we still have to be dependent somehow, okay? I do see smoother sailing for you with whatever transitions are you're experiencing in March, transformations and transitions. It is going to reduce conflict. It's going to reduce the feeling of going against the flow or being stuck or stagnant, reduce the energy of fighting, okay? Reduce the energy of angry discussion or argument. You're going to feel some kind of a release or a relief from that, which could clarify the energy for you connected to your own personal goals and pursuit of happiness here or independence, okay? Now, this is still a message here of conflict or challenges or even competition, especially around movement, action, where to go. This could have more to do with like coworkers or team or people around in the same place that you're working or that you are, even like social media or something. I feel like this argumentative energy that's transforming that we talked about has more to do with like a person. And I feel that this Five of Wands version of competition and chaos and restricted movement and conflict has more to do with a group, okay? You've also got this King of Cups in reverse here of masculine water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why? Why are they reversed in March for group 1, please and thank you? Again, I'm getting the word dependent. You could be less dependent on someone here. You're more trusting of yourself, okay? You're also more trusting to accept certain helps, perhaps, or more open to that. I feel like some of you are just stepping up and taking more charge in your own life, but you're also accepting the help or the authority of another, while also kind of releasing a dependency on somebody that you may have felt you had to depend on their generosity or depend on them in your life somehow. It's like you're seeing your own start here. You're seeing something work or come through, so you're able to kind of move out of that. It's worth the risk, or it's worth the gamble, or it's worth the trade-off here, what you're doing. Specifically, I feel somebody kind of going for like your dream or something you want to build or business or do something, and first you're having to like depend on or utilize a system of authority, but whilst also moving away from somebody else that kept you in a particular energy. And I feel like this is a good trade-off. I feel like even if it's not the full independence you're looking for, the help that you're receiving helps get you further ahead in a way. Yeah, it's like small miracles, small helps coming through as well. Blessings in disguise here. It's not like maybe the end goal or the desired outcome, but it's still very helpful. Anything else in March for group 1? Yeah, you've got a lot of ideas. I do feel a lot of creativity. You are making decisions that help you open up your options, okay? Some of you, this could be connected to like a relationship, so you decide to move forwards, and it does feel like it's your decision, and to explore other people or other options. For me, this is dreams, this is pathways in life. But I do feel that exploration of ideas and passions and creativity and, managing different things. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And then having enough support to do that. Even if it's like in a more minimalistic way, you're still able to, okay, which is really cool. Anything else for group 1 here? Remember in the beginning when we talked about kind of a healthy or a positive like feeling of detachment in a way that's helping cool the heart center. I do feel that. I feel like whatever you're moving away from here, whatever is transitioning for you, it's not that you're like shutting off your emotions or something, because you're still creating and doing, or you're still having ideas and doing. It's just more that I don't think you're opening up vulnerable wise as much to someone during this time, okay? You could even be, you know, moving on. But I feel more it's just not opening up to them, just focusing on these other things right now. All right, so in March, you could feel less emotionally expressive or responsive, more focused on your own movement and transitions and peace and transformations and what you want to build, what you want to explore, and all of that, okay? They're also letting you know that there is some divine timing and divine waiting at play for you to heal with someone here, or to come together with someone here on an emotional level. Just because your focus might not be there in March, or there's a distance, doesn't mean it's a forever thing. There will come a time when this process is kind of, you know, you've gotten through it or gotten to a certain point of a process here, that you will have an opportunity or chance to come together with this person or this energy, or just in general, and do some of that healing and reconnecting and integration, okay? So it's not forever. It's not permanent. It's okay to take your attention off of that for a moment. It doesn't, you know, mean anything bad. If you are feeling disconnected sometimes, you know, that's okay. Just try to know that it's just part of the process, and it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. It's not forever. Something isn't permanent here. You've got Tower energy as well in March, but it is kind of a more secondary energy. It's coming out near the end of the shuffle, at the end of the pull. So I would say it's just part of the transformational kind of changes. It's not a huge tower, okay? But whatever this energy is, it allows something to come in quickly here. Maybe some kind of communication or change that does pull you out of an energy of waiting, of introspection or isolation, and pull you into a more social vibe, all right? Could also be that... it could be Virgo, you know, there could be like a distance with Virgo here. Your main signs that showed up was masculine air energy, okay? So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, masculine water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and both of these were in reverse, all right? You've got a lot of water in reverse. And air in reverse. So kind of the feeling of being more distant, or not being as focused on those signs or those energies perhaps for some of you. And then you also have that overruling Aries energy with the Emperor. But that's not a person as much as an overall vibe. You do have a lot of Wands, which is fire, but it's more about the passion and the movement, okay? I don't feel you that focused on people in March. I feel you're more focused on what you are doing, or the people that you need around, okay? Let's see if we can just grab one fast message here, or word of advice for you guys. Any advisement for March? Advice for group 1 in March 2023, please and thank you. Advice. Your advice is kind of to do exactly what is already naturally happening here, okay? This is about being logical, making your own plans, being clear, kind of going at it on your own here and going your own way. making decisions that you need to make for yourself that are sensible. You've got kind of this healing energy around your crown. So the decisions you're making, they're aligned to your health. Okay, it feels they're aligned to your overall well-being in many ways. Clarifying the clouds here. You're being drawn, to go towards something, and you have victory, recognition, and success with that. This is like moving towards what you love with a clear mind and a clear heart, okay, with that clear passion. And just trusting, trying to believe in yourself and believe in your own success and victory, okay, because it is here. All right, you've also got protection here. So more of a confirmation even than advice. But you do have a lot of advice just in general to take steps that are moving you forwards, okay? Follow your inspirations, okay? Trust yourself here. Trust your vision. And your independence as well, within reason. Help is fine, but I feel you kind of more in your own path or own space here. All right? All right, much love to you, Group 1. Thank you so much for receiving this, and have a great March. Hello and welcome, Group 2, to what March 2023 has in store for you overall. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful stone here. I think this is like blue. It's like halocite or halakite or something like this. I don't remember exactly, but beautiful energy, beautiful stone. Very third eye resonant here. So let's go ahead and see March 2023. Overall for Group 2, what it has in store for you guys. What does March 2023 have in store for you? Group 2, overall energy. Please and thank you. Wow. Slow burn here. Slow to talk. Until they're not. All right, you've got King of Cups in reverse. So that is typically a masculine water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be somebody that's not yet in your scope, that you haven't yet connected with, or you could be taking a break from them, taking a step back from this kind of an energy. Could just be no communication, distance from that kind of an energy. Maybe that's an ongoing thing or theme. Maybe that's somebody that's on your mind. I do feel a return of past energies mentally in March, like just not necessarily your mindset, but like what you're thinking of. There could be a return of kind of a past vibe there. Now, there could be some kind of a move, even a sudden move in March, or the world is very much like a full circle vibe. So I would normally see that as closing out a massive cycle, and it very well could be. But I'm also feeling like with the returning thoughts in March, that could be the full circle where, something finally comes back around, right? From where it started, it's coming back around. And usually it's coming back around to finish. So in March, it could be coming back around to be revisited or to finally finish. You could cross paths again with someone in March that you are connected to on a, deeper level, or that's been in and out of life here. That is possible. You could also be in infrequent contact with fire energy here, feminine energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, okay? But this can also say that you are a bit back and forth, like if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, or you're just hustling for yourself, making things happen. Maybe just working on your own happiness and independence. That could be a bit up and down for you in March, a bit back and forth, okay? It's there, but it also isn't totally there sometimes, okay? Let's see what else is going on for you guys in March, Group 2. March 2023 for Group 2, please and thank you. Yeah, so you're still building here. You're still building a business. This Queen of Wands, this can also indicate and represent your vision. like what you envision for yourself. So there could be times where you're really strong with envisioning and other times where you don't feel as inspired or clear with your vision, and that's a really normal ebb and flow to have, but you may be more noticing that ebb and flow in March, okay? I feel overall it's a positive. It's like you're moving towards sustaining that more, but no matter what, it looks like you're working on building things up here, okay? You've got that steady and consistent building energy going on. This could be with your body, with your health. He's also wearing this blue energy, okay? So you could be looking at just a vision you have, building that vision, and it's powerful, all right? And doing like the work that you need to do in the physical realm to support and build that vision, okay? That could just also be you doing hard work consistently, but I don't see a lot of like hard or burdensome energy. I actually feel you doing pretty well at this. But I do think sometimes there's sweat on your brow from this. I mean, it does feel like, but it's like you're getting somewhere. There's a purpose, so it makes it okay in a way. Could be coming into the month or starting out the month not feeling super emotionally content. You could also lose sight of like feeling that gratitude or that appreciation, which is a very, very, very important thing to do daily. To make lists, mental, on paper, out loud, but to really appreciate and give thanks and gratitude for all that is present. But it may be, challenging to access that energy, especially coming out of February and into March. Anything else here for March for you guys, please and thank you. You also don't need the presence of a person to complete a process or a cycle here, especially if it was started by or kicked off by water energy, masculine water energy, a year or some years ago or whatever. You don't need them physically present to complete this cycle, okay? But you will finally complete something, I think, connected to those energies or that energy. You do have Ace of Pentacles here. So some of you, it is definitely you're moving somewhere new, or you're landing a new job, or you're getting a new car, or you are, new room. There's a new energy, and it's an update, okay? You could, I see this more as a new foundational thing, okay? It's kind of the hard work is paying off vibe, too. Anything else in March for you guys for group 2, please and thank you. But there's a lot of focus here, if you'll notice, on your pentacles, so on your earthly station and possessions and foundations, the health and well-being, the money, the home, transport. Anything else in March for group 2? Please and thank you. Nice. You've got the World and the Wheel of Fortune. This is a lot bigger than it seems at first glance, okay? It's like it's another part of life and we're moving on, yeah. But it's much bigger than it seems. Like both of those energies together, very much the vibe of movement, okay? Almost momentous movement. And it can look more energetic at first. It can be more of like a feeling at first, but this is a lot of what you've planted is, the fruits are beginning to show. What you've put in is coming back. It is a karmatic energy, kind of a destined, fated vibe of wherever you're moving or going or whatever you're doing in March, whatever's aligning or coming together. It's very much, you've set those wheels into motion energy here. I feel a really cool presence all around me right now. So you've got a spirit presence as well in your reading. Very soothing energy. But that would be a good sign of transition, okay? This is somebody who's probably passed on that's with you because they do feel the chill of I guess the chill of death, you could call it, but not in a negative. It's all positive. So you've got that energy around you here. Maybe helping you bring these dreams into fruition, or helping you along your fated path here, okay? This is somebody who's already passed on, don't worry. You've got King of Pentacles here in reverse as well. You could be disconnecting here from the way certain people pursue wealth, or from an earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I still feel it's like you're going at it in your own way, you're doing your own thing. I hear so often you can go your own way. So there's, again, a lot of that in these readings lately. Like that song, You Can Go Your Own Way, the Fleetwood Mac song. But for this, it really feels like you're just focusing on your thing here, and not stressing or worrying about whatever this King of Pentacles represents, whether it's a person with their own ideas and earth energy, somebody connected to work, or who views wealth in a certain way. You know, you're doing it, you know, in your own sense here in a lot of ways, okay? Somebody could also be gearing in and deciding to like do the work, do the labor. Anything else in March for group 2, please and thank you. I'm hearing a lot of songs like from the 80s or 90s. Like I'm hearing everybody dance now, boom, boom. And then I'm also hearing like the beat, pump it up, make you sweat, something like that. Nice. Why is this here for you guys in March? Please and thank you. Why is this here for you guys in March? I feel like you haven't lost sight of the dream. Like just because you put your head down for a minute, or your nose down to like, you know, get this stuff done or make these physical things come true, there is like this overall dream that you had a while ago, of a real like emotionally fulfilling connection here, perhaps between creativity and communication, kind of energies, communicative or visualizing energies and creativity, or sensuality and communication, or like a really beautiful partnership. And I feel like that's still here in the works on an emotional level, okay? I feel like this brings you a lot of happiness, the balance of both. So I feel like that's still there as you're moving on, okay, and doing these things. I don't feel like you're giving up on that or losing sight of that, okay? All right. I don't know exactly what that all means, but I guess we shall see. Let's go ahead and just see if there's any advice for you guys, just a gentle word of advice in March. Could be a focus on profits as well, I'm hearing in March for you guys. On profits, new endeavors that bring you money, like money, finances, okay? Could be that they could be better, but it may be that they could be better as well because you're changing location, or something around you is shifting or changing, okay? Anything advice-wise here in March for group 2, please and thank you. Any advice in March? I hear a dream may circle back around, or can circle back around. Advice. Wow, group 1 had similar advice and similar messages to you. I mean, different but similar in a lot of ways, so it's interesting. You've got advice about celebration, okay? This is about celebration and joy. Sharing this energy, feeling this energy, accessing it, putting yourself in a place to experience it when and where you can. This can also be about connecting more with friends, people who are around you, who love you, who want to celebrate with you, to celebrate you and you them. Connecting more into that energy, emotional trios even, just multiple people that fill your cup, but maybe in a platonic or like a different kind of way, like a friend, you know, friendship. Whoever you would consider friends. And then also to move towards who and what you love in March. This is the message of victory, of being seen, okay? Of having success and being protected, your passions being protected. It's a very victorious energy, even a spotlight energy. So it's like utilize that. And this is all about as well. Oh, sorry. This is also all about inspired action. So this is like taking the action, you know, when you feel inspired to do so, to like move towards or do something that you really love, just do it. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, but do it, because you're going to have success with that. And there's a lot of heartfelt energy in that, and actually a lot of foundational or physical success that can come. All right. If you are going away, if you're making money, something comes through in March, big or small, you also might want to make the time to actually celebrate that, to physically honor and celebrate that. Okay. Whatever your celebration looks like, that's a really great way to experience gratitude and joy and appreciation for those wins, big or small, or for those changes. All right. I feel like you need to bring more ritual into what you're doing sometimes. Like, for example, having a birthday and then celebrating yourself on that birthday, and even in your own unique way, is kind of like a ritual in a sense, you know? Even self-care is a ritual. So if, like, for example, you get more money or a move or a success comes through or something is changing for you, and you're just like immediately focusing on what you have to do next, and like the stress is involved with that, it's not the most like turned up energy. It's really nice to take the moment to really give. It's almost like giving back when you really celebrate like that, you know? So I hope it makes sense. So group 2, that's what we have for you. Sending you a lot of love. Thank you so much, and have a lovely March. Hello and welcome, group 3. Thank you so much for being here. Got this really nice, I'm pretty sure this is carnelian, the stone of the actor. This beautiful orange stone here, very creative sacral chakra energy there. So let's go ahead and see what March 2023 has in store for you overall. March 2023, please and thank you. March 2023 for group 3. Please and thank you. What is March 2023 looking like for you guys? Careful not to burn out, you guys, okay? It might feel, you know, clear and like you just want to do everything all at once or something, but you could really lose passion for something here in the future. And this is almost beyond March in a way, but there could be something you set into motion in March. You could almost lose passion for something or burn yourself out if you're not steady, okay? Balanced and steady approach is better for consistency and clarity. Don't make decisions all at once, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, this is like you kind of pulling out of a long-term investment or a very slow-moving energy here. It's also something that flipped over and is hiding. And, you know, funny enough, it's the sun that is hiding. So it's here. That's the thing, is the energy of joy and everything that the sun brings with it, clarity, happiness, joy. It is here, but it's hiding a bit, okay? Why is it hiding? Could be hiding behind your fears or your doubts here. Or your doubts. You could be worried that you aren't making the right decision or the right choice. I don't feel that for you. I feel if you decide to move on from something you've invested a long time in, or that is moving very slow, or even to, you know, shift your focus away from it, or to, you know, go towards something else more, move on elsewhere. Maybe you're not growing that so much. I feel like you're doing that out of clarity. That's what's supposed to happen, okay? That's the universe moving you in that direction, all right? I think that's a good thing. Some of you are dealing with some karma around lies, deceit, manipulation, or hidden things in your mind that are hidden. here. And it's like, I feel like they've been trying for a while. Your subconscious psyche, the energies that be, are trying to help show you or teach you something about this, okay? What is the Seven of Swords in March for group 3? Please and thank you. You could have nice fortune in March with the Wheel of Fortune there as well. Okay. So it's like in the past, the recent past, the last maybe few months, 6 months from seeing this, like you've moved out of some kind of a fear-based mentality, or you've healed or gotten through some kind of betrayal. Somebody who's just out to win. This could also be you. So you've either gotten over this in yourself or outside of yourself here. Even just like a limited mindset. I almost wonder if you're deceiving yourself a bit here. You could be dealing with, a manipulative person, a trickster, somebody who lies, okay? But I'm also wondering if you're actually dealing with your own mind here. Like a disillusionment, or trying to tell yourself things to either avoid hard work, or it's literally hard work to do this. Can you please clarify this energy in March for group 3? Please and thank you. There's something that just won't budge or won't end, or something that is reviving. And it's like you've got the clarity, but you're not letting yourself see it. You've got the clarity about a situation, but it's like you're running away with it. You don't want to look at it for some reason. And I'm sure the reason is a good one, but it might feel more ominous than it actually is. There's a lot of burden and hard work here, or a project you want to finish, but there's a lot of resistance. You've been healing from some kind of like rejection or scarcity energy here. This could also be financial limitation. You've been healing from this. The knowledge you need, it's trying to be imparted on you. Anything else on what it is that you're not wanting to face or listen to or accept? What is this clarity? What is the truth here? A meditation will bring you the answers, okay? You do have time to meditate. Everybody has time to meditate, okay? You can meditate for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, for 1 minute. You can meditate for 5, okay? You have the time to meditate. There's no special way to do it. You can do it on your lunch break in your car for 2 minutes. You can do it in the morning when you wake up. You can do it before bed. You can do this sitting, standing, laying. You can make time to meditate, and you will help yourself tremendously by meditating consistently. And I speak from a place of also struggling with doing it daily, because it's like there's times when I love to do it and there's other times when it just feels like But meditation is huge. Just putting yourself in a state where you just breathe and are present for just a few minutes, it will bring a lot of clarity, healing, and answers to you. Okay, this can bring forgiveness, understanding, illumination. You have the power within you. Now, this is also about getting enough rest. You guys need to get rest. This is going to help your mind. It's going to help you rejuvenate, and it's going to help you get more clear about what feels unclear here. Okay? Anything else in March, especially about what is hidden here? Clarify this, please, in March. You are dealing with a lot of swords in March. You've got the Five of Swords in reverse, which is good. But you're just dealing with, you're dealing with 7 and 8 of Swords, which are kind of also intense energies. 8 of Swords is usually a message of disempowerment. You could feel disempowered with your creativity or your communication. You could feel overlooked. You could feel disempowered with your expression or just in general. But it's a mental disempowerment, okay? You kind of have an intense energy in March, like the hard work and burden, the swords, the rest, and the meditative stuff is like just so helpful to you. Again, ironically, you've also got the sun, but it's like you're burying this for some reason. The sun is one of the best energies, okay? It's like a real clarity. It's a real happy, whole vibe. It's a real freedom as well. But there could be a bit of a struggle between beginnings in a way, and between attachments in March. And also the way that you view all of those things. You could feel like mentally you don't have all the tools you need or all the ability that you need to figure something here. What is this message? You guys are a bit mysterious. Your group is a bit mysterious to read in March. This is interesting. I don't know if this is I have a few feelings about this. Like, one feeling is not being committed is making things stagnant. Like, not choosing definitely to commit to something or not is keeping you in between in stagnation, and it's disempowering you and draining you. The other way to look at this is like you've already freed yourself here from something. Now you're accessing that liberation, whether it's a dependency, habit, addiction, toxic relationship, etc., whatever it is that you freed yourself from that had you bound. It could be feeling like there's like a slow process or like a stagnancy or, a recovery or a period of time where, you're processing that liberation and things aren't really moving. And you could be feeling that and sensing that maybe near more the end of March. What else is going on in March for group 3? Please and thank you. I just saw 11:01 on the clock. It's the first time I've looked at the clock too. Okay. Let's get a little bit of advice for you because that's all that they want to talk about for March now. And let me just see too, actually, before we do that, if there's anything else to say about this energy. You're on the way, to things. You're in a process here. You could also lose your sensual desire for someone in the near future, beyond March, but in the near future. Could be headed towards that. But I feel like it's more headed towards like a burnout if you try to if you don't rest, if you don't rejuvenate, or if you try to force energies here, force things, or keep forcing through resistance. Also, I really feel like you should not be stressing out about this more hidden energy here, or this deceptive kind of energy. You don't need to worry. You can't do anything by worrying about it. You need to rest and meditate and reflect and rejuvenate, okay? There's a reason for whatever situation you're in or whatever is happening. There's a reason why you're aligned to what you're aligned to. There just has to be, okay? So I don't really believe or subscribe to coincidence. There's a purpose for the way things fit together. There's like a real design, and we're not an exception from that. We are a part of the design. So whatever is happening for you here, there's a purpose and a reason for where you're at when you're there. And also there's a reason for why you're not elsewhere, or why you can't move out of that at times or something, okay? The reality is there's a lot of happiness and truth and clarity and like very positive, good energy to unbury here. There's nothing like actually that awful or ominous beneath this all, and it might feel like there is just because of like life and stuff, but there isn't actually. You also, again, have some kind of a more expanded energy around your finances, material world, or feelings of rejection, feelings of being left out in the cold, or being a victim mentality, or the odd man out. You've done a lot of healing here coming into March around limitations, both in your physical world and your mental world. And this is a really huge thing. This is reflecting inward and outward, okay? You're learning. You're learning. We all go through our learning processes, and this is good. You're learning, and that's really a good thing. Okay, so let's get a little bit of advice for you in March, group 3. What is your advice? Group 3, March advice. Please and thank you, Spirit. So for some of you, this devil energy is a commitment energy, as I was first kind of exploring there. This is kind of like about committing to something. Not even just committing to it, but like accepting that you are bound or committed to something right now. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could be work. This could be a relationship. This could be even hard work, okay? This could be something that you really are getting something out of. You're benefiting from being there, and you choose to be there ultimately, okay? But I do feel like if you accept some kind of commitment, or you lock into a commitment here, and you're just like, all right, this is what it is, or you just accept the thing that you're bound to, kind of. I feel like this is where you're like, so from here, how do I do this? Instead of like trying to figure out how to like rebuild the world, you just focus on doing what you can from where you are, with what you have, with where you're at. No unrealistic expectations, really. But there's like this hard work kind of Capricorn energy, being committed to something or bound to something. This could even be like a contract or something, or I don't know, but it's like you're able to create new money or new beginnings in your material with this. You're really being like encouraged to focus on your physical, like your money, or your home, or your health, or your new beginnings with, relationship, or with, I feel like it has more to do with money, and physical, because what this does is it gets you to a spot where then you're able to have more independence here, and to feel like you're ready to be in pursuit of your own goals and your own happiness and desires, and have a stability beneath you. Like let's say it's money, for example, and you're able to create stability with money. It's like focusing there. Could also be dealing with a feminine fire energy. They're very good energy if you are. Very good presence, okay? I feel like you're so skeptical. You're skeptical of somebody holding their hand out here, and it makes sense why you would be. Yet that skepticism could leave you in an uncertain spot sometimes, It's like you need the balance of what something or someone is offering you here. Even if it is just a job and money, in order to do this thing, this independent path, or this thing, to have balance within that. If you just go at it entirely alone, you might not have even the resources you need to pursue the passion in the way you need to, or something like that here. See if there's anything else to add to this advice for March. Anything else to add to this advice in March for group 3? Please and thank you. Yeah, I mean, be strong. This is about self-control and balance, but you don't need to control everything. But you do have a lot more strength here than you realize. The Tower is about kind of a sudden change or a big change. What are you letting transition and end here? What are you letting transition and end in March? Yeah, you're emotional in all of it. So this is super clarifying. You are letting your indecision and confusion mentally and emotionally subside and end, okay? You're saying goodbye to all the draining in between, contemplative back and forth stuff. And you are maybe letting it all go or change here to just say, all right, this is what I'm committed to. This is where I'm at. So be it. That is actually more empowering for you than you think. Like, it might feel scary at first, but it's actually super empowering. You've got, within this, you've got a new beginning here. You're able to reconnect or fall back in love with something, or have the room then from there to do what you need to do on your side, okay, and to move you forwards. You're encouraged to see the positives, to see what is working within something and what helps you within something and the benefits of something and why, it's there. You're encouraged to look at how strong you've become and are, and how you're growing. And you're encouraged to let things transform and transition almost in the flow, but definitely to come out of like this indecisive back and forth, I don't know what to do, this or that, like mental, emotional confusion, and to just let yourself move forwards here, okay? Definitely being encouraged from that. Now, I think this message around the commitment thing is a bit different for all of you. I don't think it's going to be the same for everyone. If you're on a track, for example, to get a divorce, get the divorce, because you've got Tower energy here and you've got death here, which is transition, but it can also be sort of endings. It's not about not doing, but it's more like you're already in something and you're already not out of it somehow for a reason. So just work from there, there's a stress as well that comes with everything else, that's going with that. So my gosh. Anyways, you guys, this was the longest reading, group 3. I hope it made sense for you. I hope it gave you something and it resonates. I hope you have a great March, as great as possible. There's a lot going on for you in March, okay? But I think there's a lot of things that can work for you as well, okay? Just let them. All right, much love, you guys. Hello and welcome, group 4, to your March 2023 overview and message. Thank you so much for being here and being open to receive this. I know you can't really perceive this on the camera, but this is like a deep green sparkly stone. I think it's actually called, I could be wrong, but I think it might actually be a form of moonstone is what it's called. These kind of like sparkly stones, but not like your standard white iridescent moonstone. But I don't know if it's moonstone, but it's something, I forget what that's called. But anyways, so welcome here. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and look at what March 2023 has in store for you overall. Group 4. Please and thank you. March 2023. Got a bit of past energy here showing through. You could be getting clarity, and this could have been a long, process. You could have already been getting clarity. It could be a long time coming. Could just be, increasing that clarity or continuing to get that clarity. But this could be on a water sign in your life, a feminine water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? This could also just be about resentments and pains that you've had emotionally about the past, in the past, stuff that kind of keeps you fixated sometimes. This could even be stuff that keeps you from ignoring your own guidance at times, Could be mother issues here, mother energy. But I do feel overall kind of there's an illumination, a revelation about this. You've been having, there could be moving through fears, coming through limitations. This could also say that sometimes, you're a bit disconnected from your own needs or personality or inner world. Partly because of resentments or a process that you've been through emotionally that could have caged certain aspects of you. I feel the biggest thing about this is just to watch out for overlooking how much abundance that you have. Okay, you're sitting. She's like sitting on so much abundance. It's a rich life. It's a very rich life. And this doesn't matter. We're not talking stereotypically rich, we're talking like true richness. Okay. The needs are provided. The things are there that are beyond even what's needed. There's so much, but there's such a fixation on trying to solve or understand these hidden emotions even, or these guarded, this resentment, this past stuff. I mean, this cup is kind of like, it's almost like a puzzle that she's trying to solve, just to open the cup to see what emotions are inside here. And there's like a fixation on this in a way where it keeps somebody perpetually kind of looking at the past, okay? And a bit unaware of what is here around them, and also where they can move, towards. It's not a bad position to be in. It's a comfortable spot. But I feel like this energy in March, the fact that it's still around and here, there's a reason, of course, there's a reason for that. What else is going on in March here for group 4, please and thank you? Yeah, a lot of looking at the past, okay? You could still be trying to understand the world from the perspective of the past, or even your past passions as well. This could also be about like proving yourself, or trying to figure out where you want to go based on the past somehow. This could be about self-worth. I see a lot of times I see the energy of like Italian and of Sagittarius and the Two of Wands. I don't know why, but it just popped out at me again. It's been a minute since it has, so that's interesting. You've got a bit of anxiety here, but directly related to that past energy or that proof somehow, okay? You could be like having to socialize a bit more or something here, or the energy rush even of the fiery Aries season that will happen later in March could create a little bit of anxiety. You could be dealing with systems of control here with the Emperor, even masculine father wounds here. I'm kind of seeing father and mother, both. Weird dreams, overthinking, headaches, bad dreams, more emotion, or not literal headaches perhaps for all of you, but just more of like thoughts that are just, spin sometimes, okay? The Emperor could be an authority that's kind of controlling that you deal with in March. What else in March are you dealing with? What's going on for you? This is a masculine water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here, very generous, kind of stable energy. They're a bit weary of this feminine water here, okay? They could actually be helping you quite a lot. They could be helping revive you as well, helping you deal. This could also be an aspect of you that you're pulling out who is more stable, more on their own island here, in a very generous, the thing is some of you could be having to go into this vibe where you're like very mature and appropriate and stable and generous, and that could be a bit stressful or worrisome or anxiety ridden for you, even though you do it well. It's like you shouldn't have to play therapist with certain people, in your life. Anything else here going on for group 4 in March? Please and thank you. also hearing burnout and careful not to burn out, which is interesting. The group before you also had that message, and then the first two groups were similar. So it's like group 1 and 2 are similar, and group 3 and 4 are a bit similar, even though it's still very different. But it is like a careful not to burn out message. There's a lot with family, I think, here. Let's just put it that way. If it's not literally family, it's childhood, it's teenhood, it's growing up, and all the emotions connected to that. The self-worth is here. The giving and the receiving of emotions and how that works is here. Systems of control is here. Anxieties, resentments, and pains is here. Again, facing fears or even being disconnected from the internal self is here. Breaking the illusion, contemplating the worldview is here. And also the family view and perspective, or the view that was given to you about the world growing up especially, okay? Anything else in March for group 4 that's happening or going on? Please and thank you. A lot of emotional and mental energy here. Watery emotional energy. Some of you feel like you've grown out of rashly pursuing passions or creative energy here. Or you could be shutting out sort of like disorganized fire energy. Could also be you getting more organized. Anything else in March for group 4? Please and thank you. Bit of disappointment, bit of heartbreak, heartache. I still feel that this might be a reflection on it. It could also be somebody around you experiencing this if you reject them. It could be a younger fire energy or that kind of messy fire sign here. Or it could just be your heartache from feeling you've outgrown that pursuit of passion in that rash way. I don't know. There's different things that this can be connected to, this heartache for you. But I don't feel it's coming from... it's like it's things that hurt your heart, either connected to past and family, and now you're like looking at them, or connected to, you know, somebody around you that's feeling this. Or again, connected to your like passions, the way you are in life or move in life and pursue. Anything else about this 3 of Swords in March for group 4? Please and thank you. There could have been some kind of a fantasy. For some of you, there could be some kind of a fantasy, emotional fantasy, or the idea of emotional fulfillment here, or even the experience of it, something that brings you a lot of happiness and completion and fulfillment emotionally, that this heartbreak is connected to. Why? Please and thank you. And maybe you never walked on from that idea or that concept somehow, or somebody didn't walk on, didn't leave that idea or concept, they held on to it. Maybe you never made a selection, or now a selection is made, or a choice, or narrowing something down. I do feel that for some, this heartbreak is secondary, like it's you are doing that to someone unintentionally, which could hurt you as well, but not as much as it hurts them. Could be a blurry line with a friendship versus a romantic thing here. You could not want to have chosen before, you know, anything, but some of this is karmatic. It's what comes around, or what goes around comes around energy. Not just for you, but for somebody here. Could be this younger fire energy or something. Why is Six of Swords here? In what context? You could have been kind of escaping with someone here in that fantasy, or in that, and just never dealing with something here. You know, and then finally, but also at the same time, never fully accepting the emotions in, or telling the truth, or having that real conversation. And you're not doing this maliciously. And then it's just like they hit the end of their rope, or this hurts them somehow, okay? Or they're just hurting somehow. Could also be that you're just not telling the truth about how you feel about something entirely here, or not getting a clear perspective on it. I feel you a bit closed off here, even bored or discontent. Could be some kind of a trip as well that's being highlighted, more like the beginning of March. Or just the energy of like escapism with someone, escaping from the troubles or worries with someone here. You've also gotten over some kind of fear-based mindset or betrayal here as well. I kind of feel you on your own healing journey, but I do feel like things are getting brought back up. Or someone around you gets a bit triggered in March, or hurt even. They could have deeper feelings for you. Again, it could also be you kind of grieving the loss of a certain way you pursue passion in all of its forms, creativity, love, whatever it is for you. Maybe you're trying to just sail away the pain here with someone, and then you're feeling just closed off. Let's get some advice for you guys, okay, in March. What is the advice for Group 4 in March 2023? Please and thank you. What is the advice? The Magician. This is all about manifestation, mastery, and balance. What you think about comes about. What you focus on grows. Okay? Get clear about what you want. Okay? You are the master of your own seed. Try to empower that perspective. You have advice to break through the norms, to break through certain structures, societal structures or hierarchies or systems of this is how it has to be, viewpoints this way. And I actually feel that's partly what you're doing, even by avoiding something that's almost like what you've been doing. It's like you haven't really wanted to make a clear choice or selection here, or decide one over the other. You kind of just want to vibrate beyond that. And in a way, I feel like that can happen for you. The way you are, the kind of person you are, and what you've got here, it's like, yeah, you actually can go beyond that more limited way of viewing something. Now, not everybody will be there with you. Some people, that might hurt them, emotionally speaking. But for the way you are, you've got to go with what, you got to go with in the end. Any other advice for you in March? Please and thank you. You hold the key. Also, the attraction, the law of attraction and attracting in is more valuable to you in March than the pursuit of, especially from a fresh angle. You don't need to consider your options as much as you do need to select something from where you are and attract it to you, that manifestation energy. Getting in control of your own reality. Any other advice in March for Group 4? Please and thank you. keep in touch, keep in contact with friends. Doesn't have to be a crazy amount, but they help lift your energy, okay? Try to balance that out. I think every group had this as advice, or at least they're the third group, which is to move towards what you feel passionate about with the confidence of and knowing that you will be victorious in doing that. That you will have the recognition that you need to have in doing that. Even if it's not always the recognition you want, it is the recognition you need. That your passions and pursuits are protected, and that who you love is worth your consideration, effort, energy, investment, all of that. I feel you in an energy of attraction. I don't feel like you need to go look at your options from scratch and decide where you want to go. I think you know where you want to go. And I think you can pull a lot of that to you. However, when you feel inspired to take that inspired action, do it. And try to trust and have expectation for it to be victorious. Use your intuition here, okay? Your intuition tells you what you need to know. Let things that need to end. Stop dragging stuff out if you can help it, okay? And this might have to do with some of the family stuff or some of those resentments, okay? Sometimes we just need to admit where we are defeated, and there's certain puzzles we can't solve that only hold us back, at least not at this time. Or we need to admit our pain in a sense so that we can move forwards beyond it, and also admit our joys, find our joys again, reconnect with them again. Any other advice for you in March? Please and thank you. You might want to nurture long-term investments as well in March. This could have to do with your dreams, okay? This is also like reward. So things that you have invested in a long time could have a nice reward or payout for you during this time. Any other advice? Please and thank you. Just be kind to yourself and to others where they need it most. Try to see the big picture. Try to empower yourself as much as you possibly can in March. Empower yourself in any way, but especially your communication and your mind, your mentality, your mind, okay? I still feel you being discouraged from looking at your options in March. I feel you more focusing on the path of where you are now, the presence with where you are now, okay? There's a divine timing, a divine process. There's certain things you have to wait for, okay? And you just need to move within your means right now, within your bounds right now. Don't definitely lift your emotions, lift your mind, empower self. Do what makes you feel good, what makes you feel prosperous, purposeful, like you're making movement and all of that. Try to encourage those things, okay? So group 4, that's what we have for you. We send you a lot of love and hope you have a great March. Take care.